All right, starting out with another sort of friends to lovers, it looks like, story. It's titled My Friend Kissed Me and Now I'm Worried. I'm 21 female and my friend is 20 male. I've known him for a few months, maybe 5 months. Ever since I met him, I thought he was beyond gorgeous. I thought he was more than just handsome. Okay. We have common interests like gaming and we often play games together after he's off from work and I'm out of school. I've grown to see him as one of my best friends even though I haven't known him long. He knows so many of my secrets and I know his. We never explicitly said we would just be friends, but it was like an unsaid thing we both knew, if that makes sense. We would playfully flirt sometimes but never go far, mostly just teasing. 3 nights ago, my friend and I were talking on the phone and he randomly says, I'm craving donuts. I said, I literally just posted on Instagram how I wanted some. Are you only saying that because I posted? And he says, no, I genuinely want some right now. My friend lives the next town over, so we're about 30 minutes apart. I tell him how there's a 24/7 Krispy Kreme near me and I can get some for us to share. He said he would send me gas money and donut money and he will also pay me a forehead kiss if I bring some to him. I tell him to move the kiss a bit lower and we have a deal. What the hell? He laughs and I go on my way to get the donuts. Okay. There's some more, but like, first of all, do people like flirt like this and like don't think it means anything? But continuing on, once I get to him with the donuts, he hops in my car and I start munching on one. He thanks me and he says he really appreciates me. He said, do you want your payment? I said yes, but I have a mouthful of donut right now. He says he doesn't care and he grabs my neck and kisses me. I keep replaying that moment in my head. It's been 3 days and I keep thinking of it. I thought he was just teasing or playfully flirting with me, so I didn't expect him to actually kiss me. The night was amazing. We made out a little bit, but didn't go further. The next day we're on call and he gives me an update about this girl he was talking to for around 2 months. Things weren't going well with her and they were barely talking. So he told me he blocked her after we saw each other that night. I'm not sure if I'm delusional, but I felt like that was his way of telling me that the spot is open now, question mark. I'm nervous. I don't have much luck with love. I don't know if I should try something out with him or not. We haven't had sex, so I feel like if this is a mistake, it's not hard to go back to just being friends after kissing. I feel like maybe he does have feelings for me and we could try something. I don't know. I don't want to ruin the friendship or lose him as a friend, but is it too late for that now? I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that he's into this girl. Like, he's hanging out with her like late at night. The way they're flirting is like, I feel like it's a bit excessive, or I guess better word would be obvious. I don't know if like people who are just friends flirt like that. Like him saying like he's gonna give her a forehead kiss and then her flirting back and saying move it a little bit lower. Like, I don't really know if that's a normal thing that like people who are just friends do. But hey, I mean, like, that's something I haven't really experienced. So let me know if that's kind of a normal thing or if that's like kind of weird to do as friends. As just friends, I guess. But it seems like he is into her, so I don't see the harm in her pursuing something, especially since he was saying how he's like dropping this other girl like the night after you guys like were hanging out together. I think that's probably a pretty good indication that, I mean, he's pretty much saying he's free and available, right? And is it a coincidence that's the night right after you guys were making out? Like, I don't think so. So, I mean, yeah, go for it. I think it's obvious that there's shared feelings there. So, all right, next story is titled, Am I the asshole for not forgiving my parents because they called me a failure? I, 27 female, grew up in a very religious household. I played a part for a long time, but when I turned 22, I walked away from religion entirely. I admitted to my parents my views a year later. They cried, screamed, disowned me, re-owned me, called me names, and preached at me constantly. I still wanted my parents in my life, even though we didn't agree on very fundamental things. So I put up with a lot. My mom has breached my trust for the sake of religious advice. She told me something I told her in confidence about myself. That person ended up telling a person who told a person, and it ended up being super public. I forgave that and moved on. I told mom to not talk about things I tell her in private, but I know she still talks. Nothing as embarrassing has happened since, but it bothers me, and I haven't confronted her every time about it. My parents both preach at me constantly. I ask that they respect my position as I respect theirs and just calm down with all the preachiness. For one small example, I can't say something was quote unquote lucky or that I worked hard for something. They correct me and say, God bless you. After a few 100 million times it gets annoying and I'm tired of hearing it. They blew up at how ungrateful I am and how I'm going to quote unquote get what's coming for me. Most unfortunate of all, our political positions are so far from one another. I point out their hypocrisy and uncharitable spirit. They say I'm a libtard snowflake. Damn. I've tried everything to avoid political topics with them, but they push hard to talk about it. My mother said some racist and nasty things on the phone, and I told her I would hang up the phone if she didn't drop it. To make a long story short, she ended up crying on the phone to me about how she failed me as a parent. That fucking hurt. Damn. To insinuate you failed as a parent means you have a child who is a failure. I am financially independent. I bought my own house at 23. Wow. I moved 600 miles away and made it on my own. I'm the only woman in our entire family who has made something of themselves. Outside of the mother/wife title. I'm a failure, question mark? Because of this one thing, I'm a failure. I told them I'm hurt and they crossed the line this time. I put up with a lot, but this has finally done me in. They don't understand what they've done wrong and I've tried explaining it plenty. Am I the asshole for not letting this go too? My whole family says I am being dramatic and that I should be grateful they care so much. I've let so much go. I can see where they might expect me to let this go too, but this cuts so much deeper. I might be the asshat because I am suddenly drawing a line in the sand that they have never seen before and probably should have by now. Do I forgive them this time, but let them know to change in the future? Yeah. I'm gonna say definitely not the asshole. It is a little bit of a tough situation because they are your parents and you feel like you kind of owe them because, you know, these are people that birthed you, right? That raised you, that, you know, gave you a house to live under and a table to eat food and stuff. But there comes a certain point where there's only so much control they should have over you. I'm someone who's kind of questioning their faith right now and their religious beliefs. I grew up a Catholic for pretty much my whole life. And my parents are pretty Catholic too, but I have been at school for the last couple years and have not gone to church at all. And I've kind of been questioning some of the beliefs, I guess, of the Catholic Church. I have told my parents about this and they have been not necessarily supportive, but they haven't really, you know, disowned me for it. And they still accept me. But I think that is because they probably hope or think that I will come back. And to that, I'll say, I'm not sure if I will. But in terms of this situation, I think this person just needs a little bit of space. Maybe like a year or so of not talking to their parents, not really connecting with them. See how that feels as like a little trial run of, I guess, cutting them off. But again, I understand that you don't want to cut off your parents, but it seems like her having this relationship with her parents is causing her a whole lot of grief, and it's something that she doesn't really need. It seems like she said she's like financially independent and is doing very well on her own. So she doesn't necessarily need this relationship, but it is again hard because it's something to do with your family and your parents. But yeah, you kind of have to think about yourself here. If this relationship is causing you like this much grief or pain or suffering or stress, then you have to ask yourself, is it really worth it? So that's why I think maybe taking a break from talking to them or kind of cutting them out for a year and seeing how that treats you might be a good idea. Okay, this story kind of caught my eye, but it's called I, 23 female, keep having sleepovers with my friend, 24 male, but nothing ever happens and I'm so confused. So I, 23 female, have this friend, 24 male, let's call him Matt. We're both international students. We met during a welcome event for new students in August 2024. We're from the same countries, so we started talking and became friends instantly. He's conventionally attractive, and honestly, I was into him the moment I saw him, but at the time I was in a relationship, so I never acted on it. I eventually broke up with my boyfriend around the end of the year because long distance just wasn't working anymore. Matt has been single since we met, and he is attracted to women, just to clear that up. Anyway, we're part of a small friend group, 3 guys including him, 1 other girl, and me. We used to hang out almost every weekend, cook dinner, drink, and chill. So it's pretty normal for me or Matt to go to each other's places. One night, everyone's left early, and it was just Matt and me. We kept drinking and talking until like 3 a.m., and since it was too late for him to go home, he crashed at my place. My apartment is super small, with basically just a bed, a tiny couch, a closet, and a desk, so we ended up sharing the bed. It was super awkward, but nothing happened. He left in the morning and we never talked about it. I was a bit confused because he didn't even try anything, but at the same time I felt really safe and respected. What I didn't expect was that it wouldn't be the last time. We've had multiple sleepovers since then, either at my place or his, and still nothing happens. Like literally nothing at all. We just talk, drink, play card games, and sleep. After a few nights like that, I asked if he's ever done this kind of thing with another girl, and he said no, which made it even weirder. Of course, I haven't had these kind of sleepovers with my male friends either, but as I mentioned in the beginning, I am attracted to Matt, and I wouldn't mind if something did happen with him. However, I'm really shy and never make the first move. At this point, it feels like we've slipped into this weird brother-sister dynamic. He doesn't even step out when I change my clothes or shower, like it's the most normal thing. So what's going on here? Are we just really close friends? Is he not attracted to me? Or is he just being respectful and waiting for me to do something? For context, I'd say I have a cute face and an average body. He's definitely more attractive than me, but I don't think I'm unattractive either. Okay, I mean, it's like seems like there's potential for like a relationship here. I mean, they're having sleepovers together, so if I was sleeping over with this girl like multiple times, but like not doing anything, I mean, at that point, I'm just kind of like waiting to see if she's gonna do something. If I haven't done anything yet, I feel like I would, if I was in this guy's shoes, I'm assuming he's just waiting for a kind of opening. And that's when I guess on her end, she just has to be a little more direct with either being like more flirty or like having a direct conversation with him. I think there's two things she could do here. She could either be a little bit more flirtatious and, you know, hold deeper eye contact, or, you know, I don't know what girls do. Like look at their lips or something, or be like more touchy or something. I don't know. But like be more flirtatious to kind of give him that opening, or just literally have a adult conversation with him. And I know that's hard for some people, me included, but just be direct. I think guys like when you're direct. And I'm sure he has some sort of mutual feelings towards you. Otherwise, I don't think any other guy would be sleeping over constantly at a girl's house if he wasn't interested, unless he's gay, maybe. But yeah, I think he's just kind of looking for that opening. And who knows why he's not making a move. Maybe he's shy too. He just like me for real. But yeah, I think you just kind of got to be direct with him. And maybe having a conversation might be better, but a little scarier. I don't know. For you at least. I don't know how you feel about that. I know I'm not great at that. But just being like, yeah, hey, we've been having these sleepovers a lot. We don't really do anything, but I've found, wait, hang on. I find you attractive, and we've been having these sleepovers a lot, but nothing really happens. I just want to know if you feel, what am I saying, bro? Just be like, hey, we've been having these sleepovers a lot, and I've begun to like and enjoy your company. And I was wondering if you feel the same. Or just be like, hey, we've been having these sleepovers a lot, but nothing really happens. I've grown to like and enjoy your company, but I'm not sure if you feel the same. Something like that. And just see what he says. Just like have any sort of conversation about the situation. I'm sure it won't be as bad or as scary as you think it will be. And I guarantee in a situation like this, it will benefit you. All right, last story here. This one's titled, Am I in the Wrong for Cutting My Friends Off Because They Do Everything Without Me? So I've been friends with Jennifer, 23 female, since high school. She has a childhood best friend who I also became very good friends with as well, Erica, 22 female. I've never felt threatened by Erica, nor have I ever felt jealousy towards her. Us three have done things together since high school, but since it's ended, they've slowly started to do things without me. And fun things too. They would go to concerts, new restaurants, plays, etc. without me. They would post about it, and that's how I would find out. I know I'm possibly wrong for feeling mad and left out, since I understand they have the right to one-on-one time too, but I'm sorry. This is just how I feel, and here's where I finally blew up. I've always wanted to go to the Hello Kitty Cafe, and they knew that. I was the only one talking about it, and they seemed to have not really cared about going, but said they would go for me, and they had me thinking that maybe one day we'll all go and have a great time. Well, as you can probably guess, they went without me and posted about it. I stopped talking to them and stopped viewing their stories, and was really thinking of cutting them off, but Jennifer reached out to me, and we talked it out. And she told me that she was sorry and that we could do more things together. I was happy until I noticed that things really didn't change. We hung out not even once a month, but her and Erica were basically together more than twice a week, doing fun things, going out to LA and going to beaches, and even a certain beach that I want to go. They posted about it like always, and that's when I blocked both of them. And I probably should have given them an explanation, but TBH, I don't think that they would care anyways, since they clearly don't bother to invite me to anything else. So it's like I never had friends to begin with. It sucks being excluded from everything, like they literally do everything without me. And I've been here so lonely, but weirdly enough, as soon as I cut them off, I felt less lonely, even though I really don't have friends anymore. Weird, right? Edit. Also, throughout my friendship with Jen, I've noticed how she only ever gravitated towards me whenever she was mad at Erica. Like she just automatically remembered I existed, and all she would do is talk about how messed up Erica was for said reason. Or if Erica wasn't in town because she went to school farther away, Jen would basically remember my existence, so she just made me feel like a backup friend whenever Erica was not around or upsetting her. It sucks because I really viewed both of them as my main set of friends, but I'm glad I realized that they didn't view me as theirs. Okay, I mean, this is just like a sucky situation to be in general. It always sucks to be kind of the outsider in the friend group, or feel like the outsider in the friend group, especially in a group of three when the other two people are constantly hanging out together and also making it known. It's easy to personalize things, and from her perspective, she might think, oh, like they're posting stuff. They're posting themselves hanging out together, and it's because they want me to see that and be jealous and whatnot. It's easy to think that, but I mean, that's probably not true. But at the same time, it's hard to kind of look past that and not want more out of that friendship because you see these people constantly hanging out and having a good time together and doing things that, I mean, you said you wanted to do together, right? And they're out doing it. It sucks. And when you eventually kind of hang out with them or ask them to hang out, you almost feel like a burden for kind of wanting to hang out or intruding on their hangout. And it's hard. I mean, it seems like they already kind of were cutting her out. Like, she mentioned that they only really hang out like once a month, maybe. And when, you know, her closer friend Jen is hanging out with her, it's like everything's about her other friend Erica. And it's only when she's not in town or she's mad at Erica is when Jen wants to hang out with this person. So it seems like, yeah, she's just kind of the friend for convenience when her other friend isn't around, which is definitely a place you don't want to be. So I think they're in the right for wanting to cut that friendship out and kind of move on, because it seems like these people aren't really people you want to necessarily be around. People who are going to be constantly overlooking your basic needs for friendship, I guess. Just wanting to hang out with someone is kind of a basic need for friendship. And it sucks because the fact that they want to do it constantly, but they don't want to do it with you, just kind of speaks volumes in it of itself. And so I think it's good that she's cutting that out, and I don't think she's in the wrong for that, because I think they didn't really leave her any real choice. And the thing that she mentioned about not feeling as lonely is definitely, I definitely feel that a little bit. I kind of went through a little friendship breakup recently, and I don't know, it just wasn't, it was good while it was good, but when it was bad, it was bad. I'll just say that. But yeah, I think learning to kind of deal with that and realize, you know, you outgrow friendships, people move on, people grow up, people change, and it's important to look out for yourself and satisfy your own needs first and not really rely on other people to do that. Or you can rely on other people, but make sure it's not just one person or one group of people. Kind of expand your network, and I think that's something I've learned to do in this past month or so. Kind of expand my network, and not even expand it, just kind of grow the current network, or sorry, not really expand it, but kind of grow the trees that are already planted, if that makes sense. So keep in touch with more people that are already in my kind of circle, and, you know, try and make new friends too. I think that's important. Networking is something I'm trying to get better at. As an introvert, it's not easy, but it is a very good skill to have. And I think, yeah, these past few weeks actually have been working out for me well. So this has been another Reddit stories while playing Minecraft video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. A lot of kind of French, like friends to lovers or friendship type stories, which I kind of enjoy because I think relate to those more. Relationship stories. I haven't been in a relationship, so it's hard for me to kind of speak from personal experience, but I think it's still fun for me to analyze those and kind of think hypothetically what would I do in that situation. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.